It is creeping up on 5 o'clock, which is dinner time in my house. So I am going to share with you guys 2 Crockpot kid-friendly, freezer-friendly meals today. Hey guys, all right, I am so excited for this video. Not only am I bringing you more Crockpot meals, more freezer-friendly meals, but I'm also collabing, which gives you more Crockpot freezer meals, and I am really excited to be collabing with the Phillips FamBam. You guys, I have been watching them for I don't even know how long, and I just love them. Their kids are so cute and sweet. Plus, Tina and Danny are so funny together. If you guys love it when my husband and I are on camera together, our lives where we hang out, and you love our interaction and our chemistry, you're definitely gonna fall in love with Tina and Danny. Yes, go check them out. As soon as you guys are done watching this video, I am gonna have the link down below in the description box so you guys can get even more meal ideas for your family from them. Tell them I sent you, leave them some love, subscribe if you are not already to them. If you guys are coming over from Tina and Danny's channel, hello, my name is Vanessa, aka the Lemonade Mom. I do a lot of cooking videos. I do a couple challenges, nowhere near what they do. They rock out those challenges, I swear. But I am glad to have you join me, and I would love for you to subscribe before you leave. So let's get into the first meal. Meal number 1 is going to be Crockpot chicken noodle soup. I have my bag ready with the date on it, the name of the recipe, and the instructions that I need for the day of cooking. So 2/21/18, that's when I'm putting this together. Crockpot chicken noodle soup, and then my instructions are to just take this bag out of the freezer and thaw it. I typically do this overnight just to make sure, especially since it needs a long time of cooking. I'm trying to rush in the morning and I don't want to have to wait for this to thaw. So I would recommend taking out overnight versus the day of to let thaw in the refrigerator. I'm gonna add this bag to the crock pot. 2 ingredients that I am not adding in here, chicken broth and egg noodles. Those are key for putting on your bag, so you know that you need to add those. Not everything for the recipe is going to be included in the bag. So I'm gonna add the bag to the crock pot with 32 ounces of chicken broth, and then I'm gonna cook that on low for 6 to 8 hours, however long it needs to for the chicken to finish cooking completely. Then I'm gonna add 2 cups of egg noodles for 15 minutes, and that is going to be it. Dinner is gonna be done. So I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna put this bag together, and then I am going to show you how we're actually going to cook it, because I am doubling up on my recipes this week. Okay, so all the items or pieces that I use, kitchen utensils, are gonna be linked down below. I have a really neat finger peeler that I use for my carrots that I absolutely love. Just things that make freezer meal cooking a lot easier. I'll have those linked down below. I have something that I specifically use for onions just to help with those crying eyes. And then my little bag holders right here, all from Amazon. So I'll have those linked down below. So for this chicken noodle soup, you are going to need 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast diced, and you're just going to add that to your bag. 1 small onion diced, 3 carrots sliced, 2 celery ribs sliced. Then we're gonna do half a teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of celery seed, half a teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Just gonna take my bag off of my little holder, fold it, get all the air out, close it. And I like to mix my ingredients together in the bag. The recipe does not say to do this, but this is just something extra that I do. Okay, so this is ready for the freezer, and I love doing this when I'm already cooking a crock pot meal. If it is easy enough to double up and freeze some of it, that's definitely a time saver for me. Okay, so you guys already saw how to put it together if you're sticking it in your freezer. So on the day of cooking, you're just gonna take that bag out, follow the directions that we wrote on it, and cook it in your crock pot. But since I am gonna go ahead and double everything, I made one for my freezer and I'm making one for my family tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to omit the freezer part just for tonight, and the next time we have this meal, I have it ready to go in the freezer. So I'm just gonna take all of my ingredients except for the noodles. I already have my chicken broth here. So I have my chicken right here already cut up. I'm adding that. My one small onion that is diced. My 3 carrots that I peeled and cut. Make sure I get all the yummy carrots in there. My 2 celery. All right, I am adding my 32 ounces of chicken broth. Half a teaspoon of thyme. Half a teaspoon of celery seed. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. All right, that is everything. You are not going to add your noodles until the cooking time is done, and then you're gonna add 15 minutes, but I will come back and share that with you. So I am just going to mix all of this up. Make sure that cornstarch gets mixed in there. Sometimes that likes to clump, but nope, it looks good. Okay. So I'm going to put my top on. So you just want to cook it on low for 6 to 8 hours. Just make sure your chicken is fully cooked. So it's been a little over 6 hours. I just pulled a piece of chicken out, and it is, I kind of shredded it a little bit. It's completely done. So I am going to add my 2 cups of egg noodles. There's 1. And that's not quite 2, so I'm just gonna put in another little handful. And now I'm just gonna let it cook for 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to spoon it into bowls, and I'm gonna be serving it with breadsticks. So I will show you guys what the final dish looks like. And there it is. I took a bite and it is delicious. So I'm definitely glad that I am sharing this recipe with you guys, and that I already have another one in the freezer waiting for another night. The other recipe I am sharing with you guys today, another one that is easy to just go ahead and double the day that you are cooking, is chicken quesadillas. So I've got, again, I've labeled my freezer bag with the date, the name of the recipe, and the ingredients or the directions on the day of cooking. So for these chicken quesadillas, you're going to need to take them out, again, thaw, add to the crock pot, cook on low 6 to 8 hours. Then we're gonna shred the chicken, then place in tortillas with shredded cheese and broil in the oven for 60 to 90 seconds. So I wrote all of that on my bag. Now I'm going to set it up and show you guys what you need to go ahead and put in here. And then we are also making this for dinner tonight. So not only am I gonna have one for my freezer, I'm gonna start dinner for my family tonight as well. All right, so I have my bag in my little handy dandy bag holder. Again, all links for items that I love using when prepping freezer meals are going to be in the description box. So I have 1 pound, it's a little bit over a pound just because I do buy these in bulk at Sam's or Costco sometimes. So I've got some skinless, boneless chicken breasts right here. I'm just gonna dump those in the bag. Then I have 1 small onion diced. that is going in the bag. Along with 1 tablespoon of lime juice. One tablespoon of olive oil. And I buy my taco seasoning in bulk just because I use it quite often, but if you guys do not have it in the big package, you're just gonna need 1 package of taco seasoning. Since I have this big one, I'm going to be adding 3 tablespoons. So 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to close my bag, get as much of the air out as I can. And with all my freezer meals, I like to go ahead and just mix them up in the bag just to get all the seasoning kind of wrapped around your meat or whatever you're bagging up, just to get them all combined. And I feel like that really does make a difference when you're freezing it. And the bag is ready for the freezer. Now let's start dinner. Okay, so I'm basically going to take the same exact ingredients that I put in my freezer bag in my crock pot. So I am going to spray it first. Or if you guys have crock pot liners, just because there's not a lot of liquid in this dish because you're shredding the chicken, you definitely want to spray it or use a crock pot liner because it is going to stick. So I've got about the same amount of boneless, skinless chicken breasts right here, about a pound, putting in my crock pot. 1 small diced up onion. 1 tablespoon of lime juice. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And either 1 packet of taco seasoning, or like I mentioned earlier, if you have this big one, it's about 3 tablespoons. So I am gonna go ahead and just mix this a little bit. Again, just to get that seasoning on the chicken while it's cooking. And get the oil and the lime juice kind of just mixed around. I am going to put my lid on and cook it on low for 6 to 8 hours until the chicken is completely cooked through. All right, the chicken is done. All I do is take a little fork to make sure it pulls apart very, very easily. So normally, depending on how I'm cooking it, I would just shred it right in the pot. But because there is another step and I don't want a lot of this liquid in it, I am going to take this out to shred it. But I do have a quick shredding hack for you guys. I've shared it several times. You've probably already seen it, but I'm gonna share it again just because I love it so much and it makes shredding your meat so easy. So I just pulled my chicken out, put it in the bowl, and I've got my handy dandy hand mixer here, and this is what makes shredding your chicken so easy. Done. Okay, to put the quesadilla together, I've got a pan. You guys can use any kind of baking sheet. This is just the one that I'm using for now. I did spray it with a little bit of avocado oil just to make sure that my quesadilla does not stick. So I have one tortilla down, and then I already washed my hands. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the chicken and spread it. This is gonna make quite a few. So I'm just gonna show you guys one of them. And obviously you can put however much you want. If you want a lot of chicken, this first one, I'm not gonna put a lot just because I'm going to use this one for my kids. All right, I'm gonna rinse my hand off. And now we're going to put a little bit of cheese. And I am using a cheddar jack cheese that I get in bulk from Costco. All right, my kids love cheese, so I'm gonna go around one more time. There we go. Then you're just gonna top it with another tortilla. Okay, I've got my oven on broil. You can do low or high. I'm just gonna have it on high, and I'm going to put my quesadilla in the oven. And you wanna make sure, since you're broiling it, you are putting it on the top rack. And you're just gonna let it sit in there for 60 to 90 seconds. Make sure you keep an eye on it. You just wanna make sure that cheese is melting and the top is getting a little brown and crispy. All right, that took about 60 seconds, and now I'm just going to cut it up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this with one hand. I was gonna try and be cool, but obviously I'm not that cool. So I'm just gonna slice this up into little like pizza slices and plate it up and show you guys what I'm serving it with. And dinner number 2 is served. I just made a little packet of the Lipton or the Knorr sides, the taco flavored rice, and then I have a little guacamole cup that my kids love that we pick up from Costco in bulk. All right, I am set. I've got 2 meals in the freezer, plus the last 2 nights I have fed my family very, very kid-friendly and easy meals, and they loved it, you guys. It is so easy, especially when you're using things for your crock pot or when you're buying meat in bulk, to go ahead and whatever you have planned for dinner, more than likely you can figure out how to make it freezer friendly and just double up. Just make double, triple batches of what you're already making in the kitchen and stick it in the freezer to make life easier the next time you have a very busy day. So I'm gonna stick these in the freezer. If you guys like this video and are looking forward to trying these 2 meals out, give this video a big thumbs up. Again, thank you so much, Tina and Danny, for collabing with me on this video. If you guys haven't checked them out yet, that link is still down below. Go check them out and give them some love. Tell them I sent you. All right, that is it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.